Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd. Okay, just to recap, yesterday we had the moon as the day started. The moon was in Sagittarius at 19 degrees. That's beginnings and endings, completing a cycle and moving forward into something new with growth. Okay, numbers of the day were 21 and 8. So it's kind of like something came together, or maybe you pulled your shit together because of the number 8. The 8th house can be your tools, your skills, your ability to cope. You may not be understanding why you're going through something, but it's to brush up on your skills. It's to assert yourself, love yourself, to stand strong in your boundaries, but not to engage in 3D behavior, especially when somebody's, throwing crap at you. Okay, also yesterday we had 4444 along with the universal year, that's 4. So it's definitely something that you're going to be able to see in the concrete realm, whether it's something physical or somebody's behavior, or you get to hear it. You get to see, hear, feel, think. It's going to touch one of your senses. Okay, yeah. For some of you guys, you may not understand what you're asking, why, because something appears senseless and cruel. That would be the Capricorn energy. We still have the Saturn conjunct Pluto, yeah. So we're seeing some nasty, some sick, some cruel things. And I just want to say that it's just starting. The party's starting, guys. The T-square that we have exits through Chiron conjuncting Black Moon. Right now, as we speak, the Black Moon is still in Pisces, but as of the 26th, as of Sunday, it's going to be moving into Aries, and you can already feel the Aries energy already with all these shootings, with all the anger, with all the aggression, and I keep seeing like blood spatter, okay, arterial blood spatter, and I keep getting the word bloodletting. Okay, I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff and getting a bunch of messages, but those two in particular keep coming back. And I also got, yesterday I got an image, I got a vision, and there's a man, and I can't remember if the main person that's in the frame, it looks like a movie, like the background is literally exploding, okay? There's like this big kaboom going on behind him, and he's running this way. Like the vision is kind of like I'm watching a show on TV, and the guy's running this way, and he's screaming, "Run!" Okay, there's 2 other people in the picture in the background, and I can't recall the vision, so I can't remember if it is a policeman or a first responder screaming run, or if the policeman was somebody else, one of the other 2 people on the side. But all I have is this image of this guy running towards me screaming run. Okay, so it gives me this feeling of impending doom, and the Chiron and Aries conjuncting Black Moon in Aries can be impending doom. It can also be releasing yourself from a past projection. Okay, so it's like a major projection that somebody's been manifesting in order to, I want to say, eclipse a given projection. Okay, Chiron and Black Moon is about integrating your shadow side. It's blending the dark. It's acknowledging your dark, forgiving yourself from it, and integrating it into the light, so that you're compromising with yourself, but you're not being compromised. You're blending into the gray area, finding out where you are in your authenticity, what it's like to be uniquely you without any of those beliefs that you've been carrying with you, like I'm no good, or I'm the black sheep of the family. You're feeling that way because somebody else made you feel that way or told you that. They projected that image onto you and you ran with it. Okay, now I feel like this is going to be a healing of that identity, where we break out of the once forced inauthentic projection and we move towards our authentic projection. Because let's face it, you're not that same person, and you're not in the same situation, and not only that, you do not act the same way. You are more consciously aware. You've been working on it for a long time. So I don't want to say this is going to be easy, but you've been groomed for this. Okay, you've been forced to see your dark and to integrate the shadow into the light. Okay, so it does dull the light, but it's not completely dark. You're somewhere in between. Okay, the Capricorn energy is black and white, so you're finding who you are as a human before people told you you were this and you believed it. Okay, so we've shed that belief. We've recognized that we believe these things about ourselves. Like me, I always felt like I was a black sheep. Now I feel like the black archangel. So it's more of acknowledging who you are in reality versus who you thought you were, who everybody thought you were, what people told you you were. You know, like I was saying, I used to think of myself as a black sheep. And now that's changed. You know, I feel not that I should be shunned. And that's how I used to feel. Like I was singled out and put in the corner and constantly punished because people labeled me as such. And because of that, I labeled myself. That's entirely my fault, but that's why we're changing and becoming more consciously aware. You know, the older I got, the more I realized that people like, well, okay, I'm not gonna like bag on my mom or anything, but I feel the way that she still acts towards me, she sees me as that 16-year-old fuck up. Okay, so she has this image projected into her head, and even me. You know, I was just telling my brother this morning, I still see him as that sweet little boy, you know, and his Ninja Turtles and playing video games. And that's not who he is, but I still have that image. It's like ingrained into my brain. I grew up thinking that way, and you know, we were separated from a period of time, so there was a lot of years where I didn't get to see him every day transition from, you know, a young man to an adult. But he's definitely, you know, he's got that in him, but he's an adult now. And I still see him like that. And I you know, I change that. I don't want to be too overprotective when it's not necessary, but yeah, how people think of you. Like if my mom was to come right now, I would do my best to be diplomatic because we don't really get along, you know, like I said, because there's this projected image on me. It might be different now because I don't react the same way. I respond, and if the situation calls to disengage, I'm gone. Right? So, and this is what we're being trained and groomed to do. Hold on, guys. And I will continue talking about this T-square because it's going to be prevalent, guys. I see some really scary shit happening with this. And, you know, I'm a Scorpio sun, so they like to show me scary shit. They really do. I mean, I'm glad they didn't show people dying this time. They did flip me an image of somebody having their throat cut one time, and I in no uncertain terms, told them that I didn't appreciate it, and I would appreciate if they would just whisper it in my ear next time. So they're not sending me too brutal images, but kind of like, you know, just the fact that I'm seeing arterial spray. I say that because the image I was getting was actually a blank wall, and the blood being sprayed on it, and then I heard arterial. Okay, so I'm not sure what that would imply. That could happen due to many things, and I want to say a separation of the head, or I was also getting, you know, the Aries energy is the head. It's the face, the sinuses, the eyes, the brain, the ears, all things that hang on your head. Okay, so there could be a lot of headaches, injuries around the face. If this is indeed physical, this could be the healing of some kind of bloodborne bacteria or disease. It also speaks about cures for blood diseases or blood poisoning, or there's all kinds of testing. And what was I going to say? The brain too. I was also getting like brain tumors or growths in the head, not necessarily in the brain, but I was getting that too. Brain tumors, aneurysms. And I saw an image the other day in the sky, and it was the profile of somebody that's not a friend of mine, but literally it was the profile with this mushroom cloud coming out of the head, kind of like they blew their mind, or they blew their mind out, or blew their head off. Okay, so either the guy got a surprise that blew his mind, or he could be considering suicide, which is a major, a big thing with this transit. There's going to be a lot of people going apeshit crazy. Either they can't take it, they lose their mind, and it's like, it feels like mass shootings, suicide, gunshots to the head, suicide by cutting, like either cutting the wrist, or maybe Harry, or bloody deaths. Okay, bloody suicidal deaths. There's also poisoning and overdoses, like people taking pills with alcohol, trying to kill themselves. There's a lot of suicidal energies going on. And with the Capricorn energy, it's really a harsh, dark, cold place. So there's a lot of people, a big chunk of people that are going to be going through the dark night of the soul. Okay, so I didn't go over the Capricorn moon energies yesterday because, well, we're already in the Capricorn eclipse. So I feel I've explained that to the hilt, basically. I will basically touch on it, though, because we're still in the Capricorn moon as of today. Okay, today, Wednesday, we started off with the Capricorn moon at 2 degrees. So 2 degrees is balance, it's harmony, it's decisions. It's also intimacy. Okay, so before I get into the transits for the day, I'm going to recap the cap. Okay, the energy of Capricorn: determined, responsible, disciplined, persistent, ambitious, powerful personality. They're also very patient, quiet. When they are committed, they're very generous, but they like to be solitary. They like alone time. They're single-minded, can be obsessive on whatever they're working on. They appear very confident, but they have their deepest layer of insecurity is concealed by being humorous. Okay, really, they fear abandonment. Okay, and they don't know how to tell you. They really don't. It makes them seem cold and calculated, but basically they need to work the energy off in a physical way. So therefore, they tend to work in order to compensate for emotional difficulties. They do have trust issues, though. But when they are committed, they're loyal and generous and dedicated. Okay, some of the shadow side issues with Capricorn energy is being rigid, pessimistic, opinionated, materialistic, over exacting, and I want to throw micromanaging in there. Okay, restrictive. The Capricorn energy is like the daddy energy, and I want to say corporal punishment too. I just got that. I know I haven't mentioned it before, but it feels like corporal punishment. Okay, it can affect your bones, your back, your spine, your knees, and your teeth. Other additional channelings, I have cutthroat, take over, overtake, pirates, questions of commitment. How serious are you? How far are you willing to go? Okay, will you go the distance? Capricorn energy is also about building. It's an earth energy, so it's a little bit slower. It likes to be certain. Okay, also on that shadow side, somebody could be I will make you, or they could be trying to push their will on you. Okay, I also had shotgun blast, and that is if there's transits to Mars. Okay, but we have, where's Mars? Mars is in Sagittarius. I think it's at like 13 or 14, 13 degrees, I think. So yeah, it could be going to kill somebody or going beyond. It has a sense of going beyond, so it's sicker than usual. It could be perverse. or just over the line. There we go. Over the line, crossing the line. Okay, and shadow side, oh, not shadow side, but also Capricorn wanting to be recognized for your power. There's also a risk of public scandal, which we're seeing playing out with our government over the last year, because we had Capricorn and Cancer eclipses last year too. Okay, so this is lasting well into summer, and we know it's all over a damn TV. Okay, and Capricorn is also your greatest fears, cruelty, and torture. So with the T-square, this kind of feels like, and the moon crossing black moon, it feels like somebody's pissed. They've been taken advantage of for the longest time. Don't you ever do this to me, or you need to stop treating me like this. I am not your ex, or I am not that black sheep. I am not that 16-year-old fuck up. I am not your maid. I am not a liability, you know? Whatever you were labeled as, you're over it. Okay, you're tired of people treating you like that because you've stopped treating yourself like that. Okay, so little tidbits. I know I went over this yesterday, but every day I get new images and new information. So basically, a lot of people will be not feeling that they're worthy. Okay, the greatest challenge of the shadow is how we feel about ourselves in Aries, the self. So also too, I wanted to, damn, where's that stuff I wrote down? Some stuff I was channeling, bodies, people finding bodies, because Aries is a self, right? So people will be taking a lot of selfies, there'll be bodies popping up, body image, yeah, bodies. Lots of bodies. Not happy about that at all. I don't appreciate that. The arterial spray images. Thank you very much. But anyways, it is all about your personal appearance, or the way you appear to others, that used to be your concern. Okay, I was going to say, you know, my favorite... I got some Sag energy in me too. It's my moon, so a lot of times I don't give a fuck what other people think about me, and I just have to tell you too, it is not your business what other people think of you, because that's their projection. That is not the reality, right? Because you know who you are, okay? And if you don't, you are learning right now, okay? So issues with the personal appearance and healing how you appeared. So it could be physical. It could be like maybe you lost, something's wrong with your face, like maybe you have acne, or you lost a tooth, or maybe you were such a pretty boy, you know, and you get punched in the eye, and now your eye's all fat and swollen, and you're worried about how you look. I want to say there's some pride in that. So there could be, you know, getting rid of the pride too. Because Aries is I am. Okay, so we are clearly stating who we are and what we are not. Aries has a lot of energy already, and these are, I mean, Chiron is the healing asteroid, and Black Moon is the apogee, the energetic point. So these are two dark points, not bodies, but they're lending us a lot of energy at this time. This energy can produce fantastic healers and creative individuals. And I say individuals because it's about loving the self and letting the self, the true you, shine. Shine is also Aries too, right? Brand new, shiny new. This is who I am. Okay, so it's walking into your higher timeline and assuming that identity, the real you. Okay, so there has to be a lot of shedding in order for you to be reborn. We can accomplish things, and this is also a time from turning negatives into positives. So this is self-image. When you might have been viewed as a complete asshole, you might clean your shit up, and people will be seeing the real you. Okay, if you are really, really sweet, oh boy, the Aries energy can make you aggressive, and people are, they're gonna see the real you. Okay, so if you've been a piece of shit and you've been playing like you're cool in front of others, but a piece of shit to your family or at work or to in your relationship, it's gonna show. You're not gonna be able to hold back, and everybody will see the truth, the real you. Word of warning. Okay, so it is in a T-square, so it's squaring. What I got is a wound all the way to the core. Okay, it's a very, very difficult transit. And like my hairs were standing up when I thought about it this morning, just because I keep seeing that damn arterial spray on the wall. This is deep sadness and depression. Okay, Chiron rules suicide. So when Chiron crosses the black moon, that is the deepest, darkest shadow side. So we got black plus black equals a well. Okay. It can intensify feelings of pain, and thanks to the Capricorn and Cancer eclipse, you're going to be super sensitive, and it will be extra cruel. Okay, so I want to say that I've been talking about the dark night of the soul for a long time, but this really feels like the end of all dark nights, literally. And the thing is, it's a transit, so it will pass. It's only temporary. Okay, and I want to encourage you guys, if you're feeling down about yourself, if you feel like you don't belong, if you feel like nobody loves you and people hate you, that's a lie. That is not the truth. You are fooling yourself. Somebody out there loves you. And that's all you need, is for one person to love you, or to even give you a hug, talk to somebody. If you're that hurt, you need to express it and release that energy. When you hold it back, what happens to energy when it's compressed or it's contained? It blows up, right? It blows up under pressure. Okay, and the more you think about it, thoughts are energy. So the more you think, the more energy you're adding, and what it makes for is this huge explosion of roar, especially with Aries. Serious anger, war, You can even hurt others. If you're ending a relationship because you're losing your shit, you're hurting somebody else. Okay, so it can be, Aries can be selfish too. So you can be selfish and you can be thoughtless and not realize the repercussions of your actions or your words. Words are very important right now. As we spin around the new moon in Aquarius coming up on the 24th. Very important time for manifesting new moons and full moons, especially with the Capricorn eclipse energy. That makes things real. Okay, Aquarius makes it manifest, and with the amount of number 4s and 11s this week, there's some shit going down, guys. Big time. Okay, I can feel it. And I also want to tell you, if you wind up in a battle with somebody, don't let the anger of the other person's thoughtless actions or words make you spin. What's happening is you are being attacked. That would be the eclipse energy, from Cancer. You're being attacked by other entities who want to keep you from your path. If you spin your wheels and spend all your energy engaging in the 3D in order to be mad at somebody else for what they did, it's taking away from your manifestation. So be very careful. Stand up for yourself by all means, but always come from a place of integrity and compassion, because if you don't, you will end up suffering. It may be a minor suffering, but it's unnecessary. It is so hard to stay in your compassion when you want to slap a motherfucker. I mean, and by the way, motherfucker is Capricorn. The Capricorn words, a lot of the swear words that are coming up. And I'm sure you guys hear this in domestic violence. The BC, bitch, cunt, and I'm going to say it, bitch, cunt, motherfucker. Those are the 3 main ones that come up. Let's see. And the thing is, if you can make it through it without offing yourself, okay, because you're very deserving. You just have to love yourself better. Okay. you're going to find, you might find your calling, or if you can make it through this, you will find the path opens up for you. Okay, your divine mission. Some of you guys may feel like, I don't deserve this. I'm tired of getting this anymore. Or there's some that are like, I don't deserve this. And then there's others like, I don't deserve this. And then there's a positive side where, oh my God, can I do this? Can I step up to the plate? I'm not sure if I deserve this, you know, or, you know, it could be some kind of big gift or big blessing. You're like, oh my God, I don't know if I deserve something this happy. And that's only because you've been hard on yourself, okay? Yes, you deserve it. And you also can't measure yourself by somebody else's standards. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. Fuck the Joneses. They're squarely in the 3D. You're on a higher path, okay? And it can come out as a projection. Like, I'm 50 and I haven't done this yet, or I don't own a car yet, or haven't gotten married yet, or had kids yet, or, you know, I haven't been successful yet. This is worrying about things. How come I can't do that, or I haven't been able to do that? But it kind of, you know, the anger goes along with the victim mentality. Yeah, so if you're angry, there's a sense of something being done to you or being held back by other external means, when in reality it is you holding yourself back. Okay, there's a lot of questions about if you are worthy, okay, and wanting to be valued for your real value, you know. Like for me, I wish my mom could not see me as a 16-year-old fuck up, you know. I wish she would acknowledge that I am an adult today and I'm doing my own thing. I may not have a lot of money, but you know what, I am so happy to be doing this, to be able to bring you this information. All the information that I get channeled is a gift to me. Okay, it's helpful and it's inspiring, and it's my job to share this information with you. Okay, and there can be others that could be bragging and boasting, trying to prove your worthiness to others, like I did that, or I did more than them, or I have more than them. There's that behavior also. Either way, everybody is going to have to face questions of worthiness and value. Okay, the thing is, and I will quote here, what did I get? Hold on, let me give credit where credit is due. I do believe I need to start doing that. But I only use one book in terms of Black Moon Lilith, and the rest is channeled. It is called The Astrology of the Black Moon, A Guide to Healing the Shadow Side, and it is spectacular. It's by Laura Walker, and I quote, "When we recognize this," sorry, I lost my quote. And I quote, "Simply by virtue of being born, we are entitled to and worthy of the joys of life. If all is one, then none are less than the others. Each of us carries a spark of the divine. None are excluded. Healing occurs when we are able to see ourselves as successful and worthy because we are a child of the universe. When you can recognize this, we understand that all the other gauges are external and superficial. 3D, guys." By holding ourselves in high regard, loving ourselves, we will naturally align with our highest and best. Okay, and then she gives a little bit of advice, like, here we go. Examine where you have settled for less than you have wished. Okay, and is it worth the effort? I think I mentioned yesterday a few people that have Black Moon in Aries: Johnny Cash, Kurt Cobain, Albert Einstein, Elizabeth I, Mahatma Gandhi, Michael Jackson, Vladimir Lenin, John Lennon, Queen Mary of Scots, Joseph Stalin. Okay, all those people, and those are all historical people. You can see pretty much everything I've mentioned that happened to these people. And It's usually some kind of big situation that weakens you in order to prepare you for a lesson. As everything else, before you can go into the news, something has to die, right? Because you have to make space. And a lot of us are coming into our Chiron return, where we get one chance to heal. Chiron in Aries is healing the identity. Okay, so if you're approximately 50 years old, then this is affecting you. You are having a Chiron return, and it's pushing you to be authentic and individual. Okay, let's see. Yeah, integration. I talked about that. People have a strong tendency towards self-sabotage. Yeah, it's moving you to align with authenticity. Let's see. Harder for us to see our downfall in life and issues related to the shadow. Obstacles to our destiny begin to fall away. We feel the need to move beyond the restriction of the past. Yep, pretty much everything I just said. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, obstacles are beginning to fall away because you're making them. Okay, it's really, really challenging, but it's necessary to move forward, necessary for growth. You got to trim the fat, right? Trim the padding that doesn't belong. It's a really heavy transit, but if you are not happy, this is really going to help you break free. Of course, you have to deal with some drama because there has to be an ending. But like I said, you know, it's meant to be. You may not understand it, why you were brought to a battle, but you will. You will sometime later down the road, okay? And this could have something to do with your family in a way. So family, friends, neighbors, relationships. There's some kind of unresolved issue, and you haven't really dealt with the pain, the suffering, and the vulnerability, or your own personal insecurities. That only shows up when you're dealing with somebody else. Okay, so there are questions about, how long do I put up with this? Okay, why should I be compassionate? How long do I have to be nice? Right? How long do I have to hold back? And this is to encourage you to develop healthy, energetic, or emotional boundaries, okay? It's not just cutting it off. It's to develop better. Okay, and we move to today, finally. Where are we at? 32 minutes. Okay, numbers of 22 and 9. So with the 1111 portal, 222 and 777 today, there's a lot of things happening. 9 can be endings, unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. It can also be a purge. Okay, 22 is peace. So whatever ends today is going to bring peace to you. Okay, in the physical realm, it does have to do with friends, family, and lovers because of the 777. That could be very destructive. Somebody might literally give you hell today, or you might be the one giving them hell. Okay, 222, up close and personal, making a decision to a goal of balancing. So this feels like a justified action. I need this because, 9, hermit energy, mastering the self. Okay, trying to find the peace within, no matter what's going on externally. Okay, so today, in general, you should be feeling affectionate, or maybe after this initial headbutt or ending, you'll start to feel better. You'll be like, what a relief, off of my shoulders. Okay, so the 1111 portal, that's Moon conjuncting Jupiter. That can be generous and protective. It could be boring. So it could be a fight about, you do the same thing, you say the same thing. That kind of deal. Sun squaring Uranus and Taurus. I know I've gone over these things before, but every day I get new messages. So Sun squaring Uranus is an explosion. Okay, Aquarius is the air. What did I want to say? Missiles. Shoot, where did I have that written down? Hold on, guys. I got to look for something. Okay, couldn't find it, but I knew I had pilot and projected missiles. prick, pinprick. God, I wish I was able to write it down the other day. I was getting words channeled last night, but I wasn't near my phone and I wasn't near a pen and paper, so I couldn't write it down. But it was like pinprick, pin, point, blame, project, manipulate. And I also got pilot and missiles. Okay, and I think, what was I seeing the other day? I think I got heat-seeking missiles with Mars and Sagittarius, the Capricorn energy. So heat-seeking missiles. For some of you guys, this can be really, really sexual. Okay, like the heat-seeking missiles, they just want to, you know, today's Wednesday, it's hump day, so I did see the word hump like 4 times since yesterday. So there's all kinds of alluding to sexual contact. Okay, and very lusty, and with the Aries energy, it's quick. Just call them Minuteman. Okay, next. Oh, that's what it was. Sun and Aquarius, missiles, energy, missiles. That could be nuclear. Aquarius is also space piloting. Nervous about going into space. The sun is energy, focus, attention, and love, and growth, and healing. Aquarius is about freedom. So it looks like an argument, like somebody is either seeing, they're being called. You need to get free. You need to break free. You need to break free. This is not comfortable anymore. Okay, you need to make the decision to get the hell out. Moon conjuncting Jupiter, as much as it sounds positive in Capricorn, it could be, you know, it could be somebody doubling up and treating you, you know, with gifts or whatever. Or it could be just a load of crap, like somebody's a growing abuse. Somebody might feel like, oh, I did say crossing the line. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'm going back and forth. I've had to pause my video like 5 or 6 times. Moving on to Sun and Aquarius, sextiling Chiron and Aries. So it looks like a fight and it looks like a healing. I can't do this anymore. It doesn't sit well with me. This is not healing. We're not growing. We're not advancing. We're stuck in limbo, going round and round in circles. You're realizing that. The sun can bring energetic and emotional sensitivity into conversation. You may try to ignore vulnerabilities and insecurities, but the sun is making you look at it, okay? It's almost like it's gnawing at you. So there's this explosion. It's better if we part ways. Okay, and I think I did say this yesterday, but it helps to reiterate and then, of course, use different words. Okay, Moon also conjuncts the South Node and opposes the North Node, meaning that this is an instant replay. You're reliving this again. Somebody's reliving this again, if not one, the other. Okay, and you're playing a role. This is a second chance to do the right thing. Okay, it's a detour and a distraction. So if you don't do the right thing, you may end up suffering with an additional lesson of sacrifice. That's not even including your specific karma. I thought I would have more stuff to add to this, but I really don't. Tomorrow, Venus sextiles Jupiter. Okay, Venus in Pisces sextiles Jupiter in Capricorn. That is tomorrow's 11/11 portal. Okay, we also have 4 5s. If I look at the total breakdown of the number, we have 4 5s. Okay, so it changes, ending a particular boundary or moving it to where it actually belongs in order to grow. Okay, and having confidence in it. So somebody could double up. You could be blessed. This is blessings, guys. This is blessings. And then Moon conjuncting Saturn and Capricorn, thrifty, perfectionist. It could be criticism. Stability to the emotions. So somebody could be like, let's go get more beer. And you could be like, nah, I'm good. I have enough. Or, I want to go do some more drugs. Dude, you're already high. How much higher are you going to get? Are you for real? Moon conjuncting Pluto, impulsive, erupting changes, and thoughtless moves. So this could be where somebody goes out and completely abuses alcohol or drugs. For some, this could lead to an overdose or an actual death, just because the Black Moon and Chiron transit, the T-square. They may decide to do a whole shitload, and they may wind up with alcohol poisoning or an overdose, or this could be no boundaries. Your abuse is getting worse. Whatever it is you're abusive about, or maybe in a particular addiction, is getting out of control, or you just don't care anymore. You have a fight with somebody, you can't face yourself, you can't face the reality of the situation. So therefore, your vision is clouded, okay? And you're just escaping reality. So you want to go and do whatever you're addicted to. So if you're an alcoholic and somebody's saying, hey, you need to calm down, and you go out and say, oh yeah, watch this, and you go out and buy a case and drink it all in an hour, it's that kind of ugliness. Or it could be going out on the town and somebody gets shit-faced drunk, and then there's drama. Okay, and all this leads into the new moon in Aquarius. So Aquariuses, if that's going to be in your first house, that means something is ending for you. Something is closing out. Perhaps you give too much attention to others, or you touch others too much, or you're just overly sensitive with other people. You need to put a cap on that shit, okay? Use the cap from the Capricorn energy and put a limit. So, this kind of says here that somebody does not know what their limits are. Okay, so I'm going to just do the cards. I'm not going to get into the new moon in Aquarius. Not yet, but it's definitely breaking free. And it depends on which house it is in for you. And I want to say sun, moon, and rising. And even, air signs, this lands in, a particular house. Or if you have Aquarius at 4 degrees, or if Saturn is at 4 degrees in your chart, anything related to this energy could be affected. So it could be huge for you, or it could be something minor, a minor adjustment or tweak. 4 says stability, a base, established, foundation. And I've been, I feel a bit better today than I have the last couple of days. The sun was really, not the actual physical sun, but, in astrology-wise, the sun was draining a little bit of energy, and I finally, passed out early last night after a couple of days of not being able to sleep. Oh, and by the way, some of you some of you air signs are on nightmare cycles. There's people that are having nightmares right now, as they should. Thank you, Capricorn energy. Oh, look at that. A lot of people in the collective are having nightmares right now. Community is a bunch of people. It's humankind when referring to Aquarius energy. If we're referring to the Capricorn moon, this is other business owners. Sometimes I see this as friends, family, and neighbors. It reminds me of the Sesame Street song, who are the people in your neighborhoods? And this is also a mass of people and the general public. This can also mean, groups and social circles, Aquarius. And with Capricorn status, so some of you guys are like, I'm a business owner. Okay, or I live here, I'm a neighbor, or I'm a star child. I'm a star seed. Distant horizons, that's looking for where to land your anchor. This card is like Jupiter and Neptune mixed together. It's very fortunate, very beneficial. It talks about opportunity, overseas, foreign territory. It's also about flying. So it does carry Fool energy. Looking where to land. Ship. Airship. Of course, the bird and the ship is catching my attention. Some of you guys are trying to sail into smoother waters. You're looking for the smoother water. See this big old anchor? There's been a lot of things weighing you down, and there's a whole bunch of people. It's the collective is sad. There's a lot of people feeling this right now. Distance horizons is opportunities. It's spreading your wings. It's taking that risk and jumping. Go. You know, it's taking a leap of faith in something. So this could be some kind of new business venture or a opportunity to serve humanity. Okay, very humanitarian as in Aquarius energy. Spaceship docking. Pilot, space pilot. Then we have thief and despair. Thief always, it's stealing, but it also represents a loss, a tragic loss that was either taken from you, conned out of you, or, oh, this could be time, stolen thoughts, stolen heart, stolen mind. And then despair. Yeah, oh my God. So the collective around the world, everybody's feeling this sadness. Everybody's what do you do when everybody around you is feeling hopeless and you yourself feels helpless? So this is like a massive awakening. Somebody said something this morning I saw on Facebook, like, why is everybody around me so sad and depressed? And I'm like, because we're getting a massive wake-up call. So many people are sad and depressed. We are being awakened. Okay, this is a mass awakening where people open up and free themselves from all this sadness. You got to feel it to heal it. It's no coincidence that we're all feeling it right now, because we're all supposed to heal. You know, like I said, the T-square, Black Moon and Chiron, integrating our shadow side, updating our opinions and views of ourselves. Then we have the main female, all the way down here, all the way down the line. This is you. Chronic depression, taking up a lot of people's time. Careful on getting so wrapped up, okay? A lot of you people have gone through some shit, okay? But you have to keep in mind that these events were physical and it's done. All you have left is your emotions and your thoughts about it. Don't let it burn you. If it seems like you're facing a wall or every opportunity is being taken from you, know that you're being redirected. If you can't go one way and you're forced to take another direction, that's because you weren't supposed to go in that direction. That may not be in alignment. Okay, or you're not ready to go in that direction and you need to take a detour first to see how you handle the detour before you can arrive. Main female represents the querent. And I won't know, oh, what is that? Look at that, I fix my cards every day. Nice. Huh. Fucking nice. Okay, so in this one pack, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the Star. So, and that is on my, Neptune, Jupiter card. So this is very, very beneficial. Awesome opportunity. That's so trippy. I better check the rest of my cards. They like to flip over when I'm not paying attention. Sometimes they flip up and then they flip back down into the deck. Nope. Okay, so let's clarify thief and despair together. Let me clarify this stolen moments. Yeah, so there could be a lot of people with victim mentality. Why did I lose my job? Why did I lose my home? Why did I lose my partner? Why did I lose my loved one? I have nothing left. I have nothing. I am nothing. So they're very Capricorn energy, equating their money and possessions with success. And now that's been taken away, what do you have left? So it feels like somebody's being stripped down, okay? And that is the Uranus and Taurus, a change in fortune. Some of you guys are being chased out because you no longer belong there. Aquarius, the new moon in Aquarius is the beginning of an end. So you may have found out recently that something was working against you. Something, somebody, or an idea, belief was working against you. Okay, that idea or belief could have came from you. You could have been working against yourself. Okay, especially if you fell into that victim mentality trap. If you're out of opportunities, you're headed in a better direction. Uh-oh. Oh, 2 cards. And they're... Okay, they're both upside down. Oh, all 3 of them are upside down. But they did not come out together. So clarify Magician, please. I just saw a card turn over. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's a Capricorn energy again. Okay, let's clarify name female. Okay, I just heard I'm not convinced. So somebody may try to convince or persuade you of something, or they're giving a false mask, which is a Capricorn energy, and you're just not falling for it. 7 of Swords can also be lies and betrayal. I'll get to that in a minute. Get a final outcome. Nice. I love it. Yeah, somebody wants to go home, or somebody wants to feel safe. Okay, so first of all, under community, it's a number 39. So it's ending an idea or traveling the road of unconditional love. So these are your supporters. So it feels like just when everything's been taken from you, this opportunity suddenly comes in. This is blessings, Ace of Pentacles. It's a windfall. It's a new beginning in some kind of physical manifestation. It could be moving, such as moving house, or it could be a job. It could be moving because of a job. It could be like winning the lottery. This is a nice sum of money, a gift. Okay, so this could be fundraising, crowdfunding, donations, but it looks like it could possibly be a new line of work or a new clientele. Some of you guys might have laid off or lost your last job because you were being pushed towards this new function that is more in line with your actual talent that you were born with, that you brought with you from your last life. You're being activated. Breaking free from old patterns. So it looks like somebody gives you a gift, or the thing is, the Ace of Pentacles doesn't always have to be money. It's more so about energy. So this could be like a work party, or this could be some kind of group project with other business owners, or yeah, you could have one of your peers become I want to say biggest or top client. definitely a beneficial opportunity. This person has a lot of wisdom. You're going to benefit greatly from this connection, whatever this is. This is not the only thing. They could be getting you a lot of attention, a lot of marketing. They could be spreading the word about your products or your services. Wheel of Fortune, Prince of Swords, and the Star. Let's start with those. We actually have 2 more cups over here. But yeah, this looks like a beneficial meeting. One that's going to change your life. Holy shit. It's going to take you to the next level. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. Something is ending. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is fortunate circumstances. So you had to have closed something out in order for this opportunity to come in. And it's here. It is here. This is the next level. Leveling up. Prince of Swords. I want to say it can be bitchy communication. So for some, this doesn't look bad. This part doesn't look bad. Oh, I need to reclaim myself. Okay, Thief, Despair, and then the main female over here. I need to reclaim myself. It could be that somebody takes their bitching to the next level, because sometimes I see this as tetchy, you know, giving off electric. That is, you know, Sun in Aquarius. Okay, I am back. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, taking it to the next level. So somebody could, like I was saying, go a little too far. It is a new moon in Aquarius coming up, so something has to end. Maybe their bitching is going to end. The curve, the double-edged curve, the sword. Expanding to the next level. News. It's almost like maybe your honey's going to tell you that he has a job opportunity. I want to say news, but not. It's more like reporting, or I heard. Weird. It's fighting for an idea, and I sometimes see this as military, policemen, and lawyers. A representative. A first responder. These are all dreamy. This is dreams. This is dreams. And this one has surreal, unreal. It's everything I hope for. So it almost feels like somebody wins something. It could be some kind of award. You win somebody. You win somebody's time. You win somebody's money. You win somebody's attention. Okay, so the new client thing. The Star is hope and healing. It's definitely Aquarius energy, but it's a card of getting your wish. So somebody could have been bitchy, and then they stop. Wow. And I want to say it probably is an Aquarius, just because we have the Fool energy here. So this could be the end of bitching. This could be the end of a particular way of communicating, or this could be the end of talking to somebody as a friend. The Fool talks about a clean slate. I already said something about the Fool energy and this card, exploring new horizons. So it could be somebody wanting to break free, but they could be wanting to break free of bitching. You know? Fool talks about on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Driving. Excuse me, this looks like a new bonding. This could also be somebody talking about how they feel held back, but you hold me back. I think I want to be by myself. So there could be a break, or they could completely want to be away from you. So it's a break up or a temporary break. Not too sure. Let me get into the rest of the cards. Three of Cups is being sensitive to what people think of you. And this is insensitive. So somebody could, they could be drunk and talking about what they want to end. They could be drunk and talking about that they want to break up. Or they want to see somebody else. Three of Cups can be interference, yeah. I think we should see other people for some of you. And then, you know, of course, the abundance comes in. This person possibly could have been a block. I have to say, if this person is an Aquarius, they're going through some major shit right now, Dark Night of the Soul, because all that Capricorn energy is in their 12th house. Okay, huge closure, big closure, daddy and authority issues, mommy issues, big issues, closing out, facing themselves, okay? Thief and despair. A lot of time was wasted. So, wasted years. You may have wasted years in a relationship with somebody who was, I want to say, grandiose. I'm so awesome, God's gift to woman. Big ego. Mentor of Swords is basically through the fire. This is an intense transformative lesson, all-consuming, leaving behind purity and temperance, okay? It's being taught a lesson or one being brought to you. It is not, this is not a lesson, or they haven't gone through it yet. They haven't purged the victim mentality is kind of what it feels like. And they're not really acting. So this can be like stuck. They're stuck in place. Maybe they're so depressed they can't get off the couch. They're not moving a lot, as what happens with people who are addicted to something. It consumes them. It spins round and round on them, and it takes all their time from the time they wake up. Like me, I smoke cigarettes, okay? I wake up in the morning and the first thought is, I need a cigarette. Those thoughts control me. They control when I get up, unless I gotta go pee, and that wakes me up. But maybe somebody's realized how I'm still getting wasted years. How many years that they wasted on their addiction. Six of Swords and Magician reverse. They can't manifest anything because they haven't learned their lessons. They know what they have to purge. They know what they have to drop. And it's not the other person. The answer lies within the self. Concern reversed and toil and labor. Somebody's robotic. This is Capricorn energy, both of these two combined. The fact that they're not interested in therapy. They feel like they should be able to do it themselves. They want to be self-made. They want to do it themselves. But they're still sitting on it. They're still going every day. Every day is exactly the same. It drags on, and it feels like automatic, robotic, without conscious thought. Because look, there's no concern here. It's reversed. Or it's of little concern. It's not a priority when it should be made a priority. So basically, they've wasted a lot of time being consumed with consuming. And the consuming is consuming them. So this is being eaten alive. Ooh, God. Okay, I just heard arterial spray again. So I want to say attacks from wildlife. Somebody's eaten, maybe bit on the neck, arterial spray. I'm just going to throw that out there because it popped into my head. You know me. I say shit and then it's on the news. Okay, so main feminine. Moon in Aquarius. This could be, I'm not convinced you want to do better. Or this could be, somebody saying, oh, I need to do this. I wasted so much time. I really want to do it myself. And this could be somebody just talking their spin, talking shit. I wasted so much time with this addiction and blah, blah, blah. And then, and then there's a main female. Look at the look she's giving him. She's like, she wants to roll her eyes, okay? She wants to roll her eyes and yeah, whatever, keep talking about it. I'm not convinced. Who are you trying to convince? Because you ain't convincing me. So I know you're not. What are you trying to convince yourself? Trying to convince yourself. Okay, Four of Wands. A lot of 1111 portals this week. This is a base. It's an establishment. It's success. It's achievement. It's accomplishment. It is acquiring the connection. It's 1111. So there's something that is being established in a physical way. Four of Hearts. I'm not happy. Okay, so somebody's realizing that they're not happy. Okay, they're not happy how they are. They're tired. They're tired of this projection. They need to flip the script. You know, and the thing is, I want to say too, if you're in a relationship, they know that you're not happy. They're not happy. And the thing is, you can't love somebody unless you know yourself. Unless you love yourself. Okay, no more cards from here? Okay, we will move on then. I'm loving these cards up right now. Not so much into the Archangel and the of Heaven Ascending on Earth. And actually, I'm going to phase that out. I don't have that vendor in my shop anymore. And it seems that the messages on it aren't, they're not really, the cards aren't really resonating with me right now. These are, and the Archangel cards are. Because right now, people need a lot of affirmation. So, you know, one sentence, two sentences isn't going to do it. People need more. They need more. They need full authentication. They need to be fully authenticized, right? And today, I don't really have the time, so I'm going to go ahead and read you some of the things I channeled when I got here this morning before I even turn the camera on. Okay. Really quickly. Rat trap, pads, lines, catch, one by one, drowning, poison, uprooting foundations, hidden tunnel, hidden funnel, funneling, and that's the same thing as diverting. So it's like diversion tactics. Mass shooting, mass suicide, gunshot to the head, blew his head off, cutting wrists, guttural, harikiri, suicide by pills and alcohol, suicide by, what is that, when they close themselves in the garage and turn on the car, snuffing themselves out. Those are the things I was getting this morning. Okay, so Kalike, equality, to balance evenly. It's a number 39. Look, balance is alignment. Some of you guys could be getting your tires aligned, or physical therapy to have your body aligned. So there's an aligning or a realignment. My intention is to find a healthy balance in all aspects of my life, to play as much as I work, to receive as much as I give, and to accept myself as much as I endeavor to change. Yep. Balance and equality begin within. When you can allow yourself to receive as much as you give, oh God, if that isn't the Black Moon and Chiron conjunction, I don't know what is. When you can allow yourself to receive as much as you give, your energy will not be depleted. When you can find a healthy balance between self-acceptance and your commitment to growth, you can cultivate inner equanimity. When you can play and be whimsical as much as you are practical and productive, your life will naturally come into balance, right? Realignment, either by choice or by force. One more, guys, from my Archangel deck, just because it's so pretty. And this morning I pulled myself a card and I got clairvoyant. And like pretty much immediately after that. Oh, look at that. Yup. Okay, Archangel Jophiel. And it fell out on the Fool. Oh, this can be interference. So clear yourself of interference, yeah? Clear your space. Get rid of clutter. Clear the energy around you and use Feng Shui. And like I was saying, this could also be a friend talking smack. So, you know, with new moon in Aquarius, it's releasing a friend or somebody in your social group that's no longer in your best interest or no longer aligned. So some of you guys, like I said, it could have been you. You let past ghosts interfere in your head, past projections, images, or ghosts. That sums up to baggage, letting baggage interfere. Okay, so clear that shit up. Okay, because you've got to make room, make space for what's coming in. All right, guys, love you. Take care.